ADCB presents Top Guns in association with Audi. Welcome to another episode of Top Guns. This episode is all about a person who manages one of the biggest automobile businesses in the UAE. A management graduate who has lived in this region for many years. A man with a vision who knows how to do the right thing at the right time. A man who lives life king size.
What's happening with our planning for Fujairah and Sharjah?
We can start at least at the existing one once Audi terminal is
I think we should look at hiring as many locals as possible in Fujairah.
Destiny plays a major part in all our lives, and it did play a role in Rajaram's life as well. But it is entirely up to us to see the opportunity when it appears before us. Here is a man who can do this and do it well. He began his management career in a shipping company in Mumbai. Destiny brought him to this region and he saw the opportunity in Dubai.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. See you later.
Let's hear it from the man himself.
I was born in the south of India, but essentially we spent all our life in Bombay. We moved to Bombay when, first in Pune, then to Bombay in about 1963, and I did all my schooling in Bombay. Then went off to do my engineering back in the south of India at the Regional Engineering College, and then came back and did my MBA at Bombay at Bajaj. So essentially, I'm a Bombay boy. And after Bajaj, I joined Garwari Shipping, where I worked for a couple of years, and then on to Muscat, and the rest is history.
Speaking of Muscat, so when you went over there, how many years did you spend in Muscat totally?
18 years.
18 years.
18 years.
So when you first went there, tell us about your journey. What was it like?
I went to Muscat when infrastructure was, I think, non-existent. I had a small office in the Ruby Hotel, because the first business I started was a car rental business. At that time, Oman with Sultan Qaboos was looking up, and everything was getting better and better on a daily basis. It was tough in the early years, but then became comfortable as time went on.
So what did you exactly do in Oman? Where were you working?
We first went and set up a car rental company, which was Budget Rent a Car. The partners with whom we set up this car rental company also had the Audi Volkswagen franchise, which was really not doing too well. So one day he came up to me and said, why don't you take care of this part of the business also? And that was my first introduction to selling cars. So I took over Audi and Volkswagen, and then eventually in about 7 years' time, we grew to a stage where we bought up Peugeot and Renault. So we essentially had the franchise for Audi, Volkswagen, Peugeot and Renault, which I ran for 18 years in Oman. And we had a few very, very good years until I decided to leave Oman in 1994.
So why did you leave Oman after being there for so many years?
I had personal issues. My first wife died.
Okay.
I then got married again. And Radhika, whom you have met, was not very enamored with living in Oman. She wanted to go back to India. And I said, if you want to go back to India, that's what we'll do. And I spoke to Audi and Volkswagen, who gave me the franchise for India. So I decided to go back to India and set up my own business. And that is when the whole plan to move out of Oman started. But then, of course, we never reached India.
Like I told you, destiny played its part and he reached Dubai. You will now notice how he saw the opportunity here, and he makes no bones about telling us so.
It all happened because I came in for an Audi meeting to Dubai to say goodbye to all the other dealers in the region who were all my friends. And in that meeting, I was sitting next to Khalid Nabuda. And he said, listen, why don't you come by and have a cup of coffee with my father in the afternoon? So I went and met His Excellency Khalifa Nabuda, and we got talking, and he said, we could do with some help in Dubai. Why don't you come and join us? But after a week, His Excellency's secretary called me up and said, he would like you and your wife to come and spend the weekend in our country house. So Radhika and I drove down from Muscat and spent a weekend with him. And in that weekend, my wife was completely bowled over by him. And she said, we're going to go live in Dubai. And that was it.
So what's the first thing you did when you came and took over the business here?
I remember first walking into the first showroom and offices we had. And I remember telling myself, what have I got myself into? And from then on, in about a week's time, I decided that the company needed a complete change in psyche, because what they were doing the old way just wasn't working. So right from the smallest thing, I changed, like the colors of our showroom, the walls, the tables, the chairs. I changed the working hours. So every day a guy came into the office, he felt he was coming into a new company, a different company. And then one thing led to the other. The first showroom we built was this one, Volkswagen, where we sit in now. Then we built Audi. Then we built the Volkswagen Service Center. We then built the Porsche showroom. And today we are in the threshold of a huge expansion. We are building 3 showrooms in Fujairah, 3 showrooms in Sharjah, and a brand new Audi concept showroom on Sheikh Zayed Road.
That's amazing, because I know you're the largest contributor for the sales of Porsche in the world, being UAE.
Let me give you a few figures. When I joined the company, we sold 335 cars a year, total, all the 3 brands put together. We now do 7,000 plus. We did 11 Porsches a year when I joined. Last year, we did 1,890. And when you take a car like a Porsche, which the minimum sticker value is 200,000, you do the maths.
So what's the vision for your company going forward, Raj, for the next, say, 5 years?
10,000. 10,000 units in the next 3-4 years is not going to be an issue.
What's the most valuable asset in your company?
They're the people. They're the people, without a doubt. And any chief executive who does not consider his people his most valuable asset is asking for trouble.
Do you think leaders, are they born or are they made?
A bit of both, but you left out a third element. Are they lucky? We were fortunate. We came to Dubai at the right time when Dubai was just taking off. Leadership comes in when you do the right things at the right time. Give the customer a buying experience and an owning experience far above his expectations. And that has now made us the world's largest Porsche dealer.